go. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Complete Sports Media's podcast. Thanks for joining us. Well, today we're going to be breaking down the golf tournament that happened in Minnesota this past weekend, the 3M Championship. And as usual, another exciting Sunday, great weekend of golf. And it was just a fantastic tournament to watch and really fun watching a guy who hasn't won in 7 years, and Michael Thompson being able to pull off the victory. He was ahead all day, but lots of guys chasing him, and he was able to pull it off. Super emotional win, and it was really, really fun. I enjoyed it a lot, and we've got Casey O'Donnell joining us to break it down as usual. Hi, Casey. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Darren. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so you must have enjoyed the tournament as much as I did. Sure was fun to watch Thompson pull off the victory, and a lot of chasers. Oh man, there was just a huge group, a couple of shots back of him for the whole entire round.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a very, very tight match. Coming down 9, it could have gone a lot of different ways. A couple loose shots by Schwartzel and a couple different players, and it could have been a different thing, but. Yeah, Thompson just really, really came through. That shot he hit on 16 out of the bunker. Well, actually on 10. He started on 10. I had a really good shot on 10 out of the bunker, knocked it tight, made a birdie, and then, really put the pedal down.
Yeah, that shot in 16 is legendary. It's probably going to be one of the best shots he's ever hit on tour, and just, solidified that victory. Even coming down to the final hole, he had to have had those nerves and worry, but he played, really nice and solid, and being able to, shoot a 67 on Sunday and hold off all the guys that were, trying to shoot as low as they could. It was great, and gives him a 2-year exemption on the tour. It gets him into all the majors, the next 7 majors. Solidifies his position in the game. He doesn't have to worry about qualifying year to year like he said he has over the last while. 7 years since a win. But I think he I could tell it really touched him. It was really important.
Yeah, he had an emotional interview at the end of that tournament there, missing his family and his wife. That's tough for the players. They're out there grinding every day, so it's good to see him pull off that victory. And he looks so strong coming down those last 3 holes, especially the shot on 16, the iron shot on 17, and then birdied 18 to win by 2.
Yeah,
it's pretty nice.
Andrew Long had a fantastic day. Shot a 63-64 on the weekend. Just came bounding out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, he was right at the top there. Put the pressure on Thompson. Man, he had a fantastic Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's a great play by him. Solo second is a nice chunk of change for him too.
Yeah, great paycheck. Yeah, and then tied for third. There was 9 guys in a 3-way tie for third place at 16 under. Huge glut of golfers. Some guys shot 65s like Howell and Grillo, and then some of the other guys like Finau. Finau seems to have some really fantastic rounds early in these tournaments, and then seems to fade a little bit on Sunday. 68 still pretty good, but I was disappointed. I thought he was going to definitely give Thompson a big run for his money, and I thought maybe we'd see Finau in the winner's circle.
Yeah, Finau played solid those first 3 rounds. His Sunday final round scoring is a little north of 72, so he doesn't typically play that well on the Sunday, but 68 just wasn't quite good enough when there was that many low scores out there. He did play pretty well, just had a few loose shots for sure.
Yeah. Out of that 9-way tie for third, who else stood out for you? Had a really decent weekend. Had a great tournament. There was Homa was in there. Charles Howell, Noren, Schwartzel. He was impressive. Haven't seen Charles for a while. It's nice to see the South African still playing super decent golf.
Yeah, he's been playing really well. He's had a good back 9. The hat was a little something he was wearing there. Even Faldo made a little remark about you get a free bowl of soup with it. So that was
hilarious.
Yeah, a little Caddyshack nod there. So Yeah, he did play. He played very well. Just burned that lip like I don't know how many times in that back nine. He was all around it. He really, really had it dialed in this week. Just with the way that putt rolls, sometimes he really had a good finish.
Yeah. I'm impressed with this young kid, Rich Warwenski. He missed a few putts. He could have got a bit lower, but decent performance from Warwenski. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he played really well. He was right in there. He's leading it right off the hot with that 63. Really played a great tournament. Just it's tough to keep it together for those 4 rounds, but he had a really good showing.
The defending champion Wolf ended up in a tie for 12th. He played really good on Friday, Saturday, then got a 70 on Saturday. It seemed to derail his chances. I mean, it's hard to defend your title, but he was looking really, really solid early on.
Yeah, he played a really great round on Sunday. He bogeyed 18, which he eagled last year to win. So that's a 3-shot swing.
Oh,
so
man.
that's kind of the difference that you need on tour to be that much better. So really good Sunday for him, but just unfortunate bogey on the last.
Nick Watney tied Wolf for 12th. Watney's one of the guys that had to go through the COVID protocols, and a lot of times these guys have been playing solo, haven't had opportunities to play with other golfers, not paired up because they're worried about the spread of COVID. It's changes, I'm sure, their strategy and the way they play the game, but Watney's, looked good. Pretty good performance, tied for 12th.
Yeah, he had another good bounce back from that COVID, and he's trying to put all that stuff to rest. He you can tell he's sick of getting asked questions about the COVID, and he just wants to focus on his game. So it's nice that he can play a good tournament and kind of put that all behind him.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of focus on the COVID. Denny McCarthy was asked about it because he played solo, and he ended up, saying, he's definitely hope he doesn't have to talk about it too much anymore. We got Harris English and Dylan Fratelli had to deal with it. They ended up in tie for 18th, so they're playing some really good golf. But it must be maddening to just be one of those guys that has to deal with that week after week.
Yeah, it's enough pressure as it is, or just like annoying questions that they must face, and that's just trying to move past all that stuff. So no, it's good they're out there keeping it going.
Yeah. Sepp Straka is another guy that was in there, tied for 18th. Taylor Gooch, great tournaments by them. I wanted to focus on the Canadians. We had 4 guys in the tournament. Sloan, Crawford, and David Hearn all missed a cut, but we had a qualifier make the tournament. Michael, and I hope I say his name right. I think it's pronounced Gligitch, and he's a guy from Burlington. And he's been a Monday qualifier, plays on the Webb.com tour, the Corn Ferry tour now. And he had a really good performance. He ended up shooting 68, 65 on the weekend and moved up a lot of spaces, 19 positions on the weekend to tie for 26. So yeah, great to see this kid.
Yeah, great weekend for him. It's always nice to see that Monday qualifier come in and do so well on the weekend. You just never know sometimes. Good Canadian boy for sure.
Yeah. He goes to a conditioning place called the Peter Twist Conditioning Academy out in Burlington. And Peter Twist was a conditioning trainer for the Canucks for many years. And then he's got a lot of gyms around the world where he keeps people at their peak performance. A guy that I've known a lot over the years. And it's great to see that tie to the coast here. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of more notoriety for him. He's played all over the world like a lot of these golfers do. He won Canadian Order of Merit in 2014. He's had a few chances to make it into Monday qualifying. He actually finished first in one of the U.S. Open qualifiers a few years back and got a chance to play the U.S. Open. And let's hope he can have another good performance like this and move up the ranks. he's 174th right now in the FedEx Cup standing. So he's got a little bit of work to do in the last 3 weeks. Hopefully he can get a couple more tournaments in, and another Canadian to keep our eye out for.
Yeah, absolutely. He does kind of flirt with that leaderboard a few times. I've seen him up there, but just it's nice to see him finish strong like that this week for sure.
He ended up tied with Chase Koepka, and Brooks didn't make the cut, but Chase did. I like Chase, and watching his game is pretty amazing. He shot 63 on Sunday to move up 30 positions to tie for 26.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and he finished that off with a 29 on the front nine, which was his back nine on Sunday. So that was just a spectacular finish there for sure.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with Brooks. He's missed 2 out of the last 3 cuts, and he tied for 62nd in the last 3 tournaments he's in. You noticing something wrong with him?
It's hard to say. I don't know if it's just because of the lack of crowds and he just doesn't feeding off that kind of energy. I know a lot of players seem to be struggling with that, and you got a bit of the lesser knowns kind of coming up strong, especially with the tournament like the 3M this weekend. It was not many big names up there, so kind of relieves that pressure, and then you don't have the crowds either. So it was a good mix of players up there that you don't usually see up at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Koepka's on Faraday right now, and he's the defending champion coming into next weekend. Do you think he's going to be able to pull it together when they go to Memphis for this St. Jude?
I'd say, yeah, he's probably got a little bit of fire started underneath him with his brother playing so much better than him this week that he's going to be working extra hard to prove himself for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so why don't we turn our attention a little bit to that FedEx St. Jude? Listen to some of the pairings that are here. Got Jon Rahm, #1 in the world, Bryson DeChambeau, and Rickie Fowler. That's going to be an amazing pairing there. A lot of fun. Rickie hasn't been doing too great lately, but Rahm #1 and Bryson back to try to wow the crowds, or wow the fans on TV with his huge drives.
Yeah, it's so that's such a different game now. You don't have that amphitheater that you're used to getting everyone's excited. You hit one good shot, one good close chip or chip in, and launch a drive. It's such a different game now, but they got to make their own noise out there. They got a few fans following around, so you hear a few cheers, but yeah, definitely a lot quieter right there.
Yeah, man, is it ever different? Holy cow! Yeah, I never thought we would see golf like this. Yeah, it's so quiet. A guy will just make an amazing putt, and you'll hear a couple of cheers from way off in the distance. And yeah, it's got to be different for these guys. Getting used to a whole new world. So there's another pairing that looks really great. Rory McIlroy, Jordan Spieth, and Webb Simpson.
Yeah, that sounds very good. Yeah, Simpson's been playing pretty good. Really, like Rory, I don't know. He's got to find something to get bounced back a little bit. He's just really been shaky.
Yeah, well, Rory just got passed for the #1 ranking in the world by Jon Rahm, so that might be some incentive enough for him to try to recapture that and not let Rahm go on a big long run. So Simpson, Spieth, McIlroy. Wow, that's something that I can't wait to watch. As we mentioned, Brooks Koepka is the defending champ. He's going to be teeing it up with Patrick Reed and Victor Hovland the first 2 days. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I think Victor Hovland's been playing well. If he can get his putting just kind of settled down late in the round, he seems to get a little shaky with his putting, but he's been really striking the ball well. Be nice to see him same thing this weekend.
Yeah. And then the last pairing that I'll mention has Justin Thomas, Colin Murakawa, and Hideki Matsuyama. Well, that'll be great.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Murakawa coming off that win. He's been a little unfortunate too. Those little putts he almost has the yips almost on some of those little putts. So it's see if he can get that settled down too. But he's been playing really well. Just really nice to see him bounce back and win that tournament.
Yeah, they've got 4 guys as the odds-on favorite: Jon Rahm, Bryson DeChambeau, Justin Thomas, and Rory McIlroy. Who would you put your money on if you were?
I don't know. I like Rahm. He's been playing very well. He just got to #1. I know it's hard to win so close together, but he seems to be firing on all cylinders for sure.
Yeah, speaking of bets, did you have anything that you could mention this past weekend? Anything that you hit on that was good?
No, I had a couple real close calls. I had Wolf there. If he bogeyed that last hole, I needed him to finish 8th or better, but didn't quite make it. And I had a couple good parlays that were very close. Kind of came down to the end. I got 5 to 7 in a couple of them, but no, just kind of all around. It was I was kind of surprised with the leaderboard, and yeah, it was nice to see some new faces up there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it always is good to see some new faces. Yeah, over the years, sometimes it does get boring. It's the same old guys winning, but Michael Thompson hadn't won in 7 years. Andrew Long, we haven't seen him up there. Emmanuel Grillo used to be, quite a fixture when he came over to the States, and haven't seen him in a while. Yeah, a guy like Max Homa moving up. 64, 67 on the weekend for him. Pretty great performance. I love watching the Swede Alex Noren play. He's super solid guy. 266 is Saturday, Sunday to move up and get into that logjam for 3rd place, 16 under.
Yeah. I always like Straka too. He shot a 63 there to finish tied for 18th. So he's always playing well. He seems to do well on Sundays, anyways.
Yeah. Anything else that we should take away from this 3M tournament? It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was nice to see you get a lot of the new faces out there, right? So a lot of players you don't get the limelight, and they're really playing well, and they played well on the weekend. It was nice to see that sort of field out there.
Yeah. So sometimes the PGA has secondary tournaments. They'll have tournaments on the same weekend as a bigger tournament. This weekend is the case. They've got the Barracuda Championship in California, and this gives a lot of these lesser lights that Casey just mentioned an opportunity to get some PGA experience and possibly win some good money. It's going to be fun. There's 2 tournaments for us to be able to break down next week. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's very exciting. A lot of players have a lot of opportunity to showcase their talents out there, so it'll be very interesting to see.
Yeah, this St. Jude Classic World Golf Championship in Memphis, it always attracts a really big crowd. Unfortunately, Tiger skipped it. Were you surprised?
No, I think he's just trying to focus his game, get it really honed in for the majors for sure. So focusing on playing a little more on family time than golf, but you need that mental game too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I was kind of surprised. I thought he would want to get back at it, try to tee it up soon so he could be sharper heading into the playoffs and the majors. And I don't know. It's disappointing for me. Tiger brings so much excitement into it, and he always does really well at these world golf championships. And I think there was some speculation that he might tee it up, but he just announced that he's not going to do it. So we'll have to focus on some other guys. As I said, there's a lot of great golfers paired up for this tournament's Thursday shootout, and I'm excited. I didn't see any charity events coming out today. Almost every week we've been seeing these Monday charity events. They've been really fun. They've been great to watch and kind of get an idea of who's sharp too.
Yeah, like last week, you had Fleetwood playing. He hasn't played in quite a while, and you get to see him tee it up on Wednesday before they tee off on Thursday for the real deal. So it's nice to see those. I'm not sure what they have planned for this Wednesday, but it's always nice to see that sort of charity event given back.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so this was great as usual, Casey. Really nice that we could break down this weekend's tournament. Congratulations to Michael Thompson, and nice to see a lot of these guys getting opportunities and getting some big paychecks like Casey mentioned. Must have been nice to be able to cash out on a lot of these, and not it doesn't go to all the top guys all the time. So it's great opportunity this weekend. As I said, I did mention all the top guys, but keep your eye out on a lot of the lesser lights. Just have to find that stroke, and all of a sudden, you're competing at the top of the leaderboard. It must be really exciting for a lot of these younger guys.
Yeah, tough to know that Thompson's going to just somehow come out of the woodwork and play like he did 7 years ago when he won. It's just, that's the magic of the game. You just don't know who's going to tee up on Thursday and what kind of player they're going to be playing. So it's exciting to see.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay, Casey. Yeah, thanks again. Always appreciate your time. Glad you enjoyed the golf this weekend, and hope you get out golfing and sailing this week ahead. And yeah, we'll try to do a breakdown on this tournament coming up.
Yeah, sounds great, Darren. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay.
Take care.
Yeah, you too. Cheers. All the best.
Cheers.
Okay. Yeah. It's, fun as usual. It's really nice to be tuned into the golf this much, getting to break down so many good tournaments with Casey, and yeah, it's nice to see a few texts through the weekend. As the leaderboard starts taking shape, it's a lot of fun. 4 days, things changed so much over this weekend, but Michael Thompson, yeah, congratulations! Wow. Yeah, I could see how emotional he was. He adopted a baby girl recently, and he said he really just wished that his wife and his daughter was there and family. And yeah, I feel a bit sad that there's not bigger celebrations for these guys when they win. But yeah, I'm sure this will springboard him into a lot of great tournaments over the next couple of years, and yeah, put a lot more money in his bank account for sure. So anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of the 3M Championship and the look ahead to the Fedex St. Jude in Memphis. I'm your host, Darren Campbell. Thanks again. We will talk to you very soon. Enjoy the golf. Take care. Bye for now.